And we are back. Pokemon Alpha Sapphire, Hardcore Nuzlocke, the run continues. We are on our way to the 8th gym here against Wallace and his water type Pokemon. Let's do it. But first, our encounter on Route 126 is going to be the Lantern. Water Electric is a fantastic typing. We are going to take that and add it to the PC. And then for our Route 124 encounter, it is going to be the Clan Pearl. Throw an Ultra Ball, secure it, and add it to the roster. And now, at the bottom of Seafloor Cavern, it is going to be our final fight against Team Aqua Archie. He's got the Mega Sharpedo, which can be a little bit concerning. We've got to watch out for that. But 4 Pokemon overall against our 6. Let's see if we can take him out without losing anybody. So we throw out Taiga, our little Plusle, who's done so much in this run, leading the charge here. We're going to go off with a Discharge, do good damage, get Mighty Eaten at about half, and then have to tank a scary face there. Really good stuff, and we aren't faster because of that. No problem. The taunt comes down. Discharge finishes off the Wolf Dog. Very good stuff. And now Muck comes down. Bulky poison type here, and has access to a lot of hard-hitting moves such as Gunk Shot. So we just got to watch out for that. Also Sludge Wave, I believe. So wanted to set up a light screen, but the taunt was still up, so we weren't able to do that. But Little Plusle does dodge a huge Gunk Shot, which is awesome. And then we're going in for a Volt Switch, but because of that speed drop, we're slower and barely hold on with the poison. On top of that, it's a good thing we got our Little Plusle out of there when we did. So Muck is sitting at around 1/3 HP. We get our Milotic down there, which is awesome. Absolutely love this Pokemon. First time I've been able to use it. The game plan was to actually get Milotic poisoned so that its passive Marvel Scale could double its defense. So when Sharpedo came out, we'd be able to tank his moves a lot better. But Crobat kind of offers the same thing with his poison type move, so we're kind of hoping for that as well, but it's a little bit tipsy. So we're just fighting Crobat head on here. The Surf comes down, gets Crobat to half. We have to tank a Stab Acrobatics. We know all about that from last video, and we actually finished the Crobat with 2 Surfs, so not bad there. And that just leaves the bad Mega Sharpedo. So much speed, so much physical damage. He's got Stab, Crunch, but then he also has Strong Jaw, which gives you another stab, basically. So Crunch does so much damage, and it almost kills our Milotic, hanging on with 6 HP. We fumble the bag. We miss the Toxic. We were going to try to get the Toxic down, so no matter what happened, we could swap out and get Sharpedo into a nicer range. But Crobat comes out, eats a critical hit slash, and now Kagami is in range to dying to a Stab Crunch with the Strong Jaw as well, but thankfully Sharpedo hurts itself with that massive attack stat. So the Confuser really paying off. Kagami the Crobat drops back, is still faster than the Sharpedo, and kills it with a Stab Acrobatics. Very, very close to losing the Milotic there, but we managed to beat Archie. Everyone makes it out alive, and now we are looking really good. I do believe next on the menu is going to be one more first encounter, and then the 8th and final gym. Let's go. For our Cave of Origin encounter, it is going to be the Sableye with the Dark Ghost typing, the only weakness being the Fairy type, so potentially going to use it for the Elite Four, not sure yet, but at the very least, add it to the PC. And now, the last thing we have to take care of before taking on Wallace and his Water-type Pokemon is going to be the Kyogre fight. Because I botched my Master Ball earlier in the run on the Electrode, the second Electrode there, in the hideout, I now have to take on this big behemoth Kyogre, and we're starting with Taiga, getting some chip damage down with Volt Switch. I was just really scared that Taiga was not going to be able to tank whatever move Kyogre was going to do. The Ice Beam comes down, and Milotic answers that very nicely, but as you can see, this is going to go very poorly, very quickly. We get frozen on the first Ice Beam. We stay frozen. I'm just begging for a Toxic so it can start chipping away. We get frozen 3 times in a row. A Body Slam comes down, crits Milotic, and almost kills her. So Milotic is an absolute punching bag for this legendary Pokemon, unfortunately, and now we're kind of put in a tough situation. I'm checking out the special defense here, and we don't even know if it's going to use Body Slam or Ice Beam now, or a Stab Hydro Pump in the rain. So everyone is in trouble, but thankfully it gets greedy for an Aqua Ring, so we get Momoi, our Roserade, in there for free, and get a monstrous Stab, super effective Giga Drain, and it takes out the big behemoth. Really good stuff. And that is it. Let's go take on Wallace and see if we can clean this run up. Let's do it. All right, we have arrived at the gym, the 8th and final gym against Wallace and his 4 water type Pokemon. Let's do this thing. We're going to lead with Momoi the Roserade. We have 2 electric types if we need to pivot and work around that. But honestly, I'm feeling really good about Roserade, potentially sweeping. And as you can see, my Milotic is not present, as she got over leveled in that Kyogre fight, unfortunately. So really good stuff here. Just going to give Linoon or Linoon the Citrus Berry and leave Crobat without an item, so Acrobatics can do double damage there. I think that'll work out really well. Really, the only threat that I can see is going to be the Milotic or Milotic critting an Ice Beam, or as we saw in the Kyogre fight, Roserade getting frozen by that Ice Beam as Wallace completely shows off here. So here we go. Final gym battle. Let's do this. Let's absolutely do this. Momoi, the Roserade, has been doing fantastic this run, an absolute staple, and Wallace actually has 5 Pokemon, so I misspoke there, but here we go. So Love Disc comes down to start the party off. Let's get our Roserade in there. Let's go ahead and use the Stab, super effective Giga Drain, and she also has the Miracle Seed for bonus grass type damage. So really, I don't think anyone can survive a Giga Drain other than Milotic, who has a ridiculous special defense stat. So this is the moneymaker. If this crits, we clear the ace and basically win the entire fight. If this doesn't crit, I think Milotic holds on. And then if we die to Ice Beam, I'm going to be absolutely devastated. Let's do it. All in. Giga Drain, Momoi, I choose you. Here we go. Milotic, can you tank that? And you absolutely can. Please do not crit. I am begging you. I think we'll be fine. It's Roserade. It is Roserade. I think we were dead to crit there. It was going to be really close. So I believe Wallace is going to heal his Milotic. Absolutely, no problem. And now we can just rain down another Giga Drain. We are faster, so we can always win that speed battle. And we're just going to set up. We're going to get all that health back for the next few water types that are coming out. And I do believe Roserade has cleared the biggest obstacle in this final gym fight. Really good stuff. Beautiful stuff here. And now we just have 3 more water types that are nothing compared to Milotic. So Wallace went all in, sending out his ace there, hoping he could shut down the Roserade and save his other water types for later. However, the Derpy Fish comes down, and this is going to be 4 times super effective. And the waterfall behind it is just a nice scenery for this fish to fall. Really good stuff. And now we got 2 more Pokemon. Roserade absolutely flexing with both bouquets of flowers there. And the Celio big wannabe walrus comes down, but you are no Walrein, and I am so sorry, but you have to fall as well, and Celio cannot hold on. Milotic was the only challenge, and Roserade does not care right now. Absolutely. Tepe gets Hyper Voice, which is actually really good on the Exploud here, but I think I'm going to leave my coverage moveset for the Elite Four potentially. Exploud is, you don't usually make it to Exploud. The Whismur usually dies, so I'm very excited about that, actually. So Seekings comes down, Momoi the Roserade drops back with a final Giga Drain, and I do believe that is all she wrote, and Wallace's team falls, and now the only thing stopping us from the only thing stopping us from the Elite Four is Victory Road and that fateful Wally fight, so I'm very excited about it. The final team is coming together very nicely. I may potentially swap around 1 or 2 Pokemon, but overall it's looking really good, and I like how different it is. I don't think this team is going to look like many of our Hoenn playthroughs at all, so that's super cool. So I will keep you posted on that. But as far as this video, let's call it here. As always, thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate it, and I will catch you on the flip. Peace.